Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market preview for the week beginning uh, Sunday, February 27th, 2022, and ending Friday, March 4th, 2022. So we head into the March quarterly contracts and everything that comes March. Hope you had a good trading week. It's been a little interesting, obviously. We're trying to keep it cautious because we don't want people to lose money. We're trying to help people make money now here at TradeSite. And like we always say, we're not here to trade, we're here to make money. And sometimes people don't know the difference. But let's go through the Forex market, then we'll look at the futures and stock market, and we'll look at the calendar for the week ahead. But obviously knowing that the biggest scenario here and the concerns both ways, or the concerns or the positives if it goes well, is the situation in the Ukraine. Here's the dollar index daily chart. So you can see we had the 13 sell signal back in late January. That took us right back to what's the target of a 13 sell signal? The red static trend line. Literally took us back to that exactly. Now we've curled up, and with the war now we're heading back up. The dollar's getting stronger. Money coming over here because it's a safe place to be, which is awesome to see. The euro dollar, the inverse of the dollar index, at new lows, or not quite new lows, but heading towards lows. The pound dollar down this last week, obviously. So again, money coming into the dollar itself, that is the worldwide currency. That's going to be the issue that Putin has, is trying to operate around that, given the sanctions and the SWIFT situation that they're creating over here for the banking system in Europe. Aussie dollar, not much here this week. Euro, yen. You can always tell the pairs that are dominant in the market, because the ones that move are, and the ones that aren't don't, and there's nothing here. Pound Swiss, I showed pound yen, pound Swiss, and now the New Zealand dollar, for example, didn't really do anything for the whole week. It's just not a factor at the current moment. Let's look at the intra-week action on the euro dollar. So this is 30-minute candles. We can take out the Sunday start. So this is the last week, starting at the close from last Friday, and then everything else. High to low for the week. It's only, it is better than we saw the last 2 weeks, about 270 pips. It's not amazing, but it's certainly better than what we did see. In terms of the pound dollar, this was a bigger move, and the spike on Thursday. I mean, if you really look at it, obviously with the invasion beginning Wednesday night, Thursday, this is the big move on Thursday, right? And it is what it is. The rest of the week, but if you take that out, the rest of the week was kind of flat, right? I mean, nothing happening Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then we dip, and then Thursday and come back a little bit. Friday's a waste of time. So really, just one day of the week where there was anything exciting going on, and that you could try to participate in, and it's fine. Here's a look at the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. So we had been on the decline, obviously, over the last few months, 2 months. We know the interest rate scenario was affecting us already, but now the Ukraine thing's there. We failed right at the downtrend line. So if you take the high at the first of the year and the second high about 2 weeks in, and then what we hit about the start of February, we just keep failing. So we're definitely in a downtrend now. We started to decline. The unfortunate scenario is that it would have been a big money-making opportunity for us if we had just, like on Wednesday or Thursday with the hit, just kind of opened flat and broken the lows. I think that would have been a big down day for the markets. But here now, because of what happened in Ukraine, we rallied instead, because it at least currently, it seemed like things were not as bad as we were expecting. I don't know if that's going to hold. And at the same time, now we're talking about maybe not doing the interest rate hikes all the way that we were going to do. So that's maybe better for the market. So we rallied back off of that. But now we're open, and just I waited to do this till late. We've got the ES down almost 100 and the NQ is down 320 for Monday morning at this point. So, negative on the market with Putin talking about, it's just a threat, but nuclear stuff and all this other stuff. It's just the big question is, how crazy will he go trying to fix this problem? Okay, so the S&P on Friday was up 95.95 after rallying back off the dip on Thursday. So nice day for the bottom dippers, which is kind of unusual and shouldn't have happened really if it hadn't been for the war. NASDAQ up 214.50, and again, big candle on Thursday. The SOX up 53.52, so that is what it is as well. Obviously, the biotechs up 59.93. Russell 2000 up 44.92. The crude oil's up 5.14. Gold's up 23.3. Again, gold finally rallying because of this, what's going on. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was plus 17.99, so more stocks were up and down by a lot on Friday, and plus 20.45 on the New York, big deal. NASDAQ volume, 4.6 billion shares. The trend closes at 0.83, 0.84, sorry, but the 10 days already back up to 1.11. Again, we had the two big readings on the trend where the 10-day moving average got under 0.85, one in January and one in February, and both times the market dipped. So that's very significant to see that happen, and it worked as it should. These readings don't really matter. The VIX down, though. Remember, this thing spiked all the way up on Thursday. Didn't quite make highs, and again, we haven't gotten to 40. That's usually where the things start to happen, but that requires a panic bottom. I don't think we've seen a panic bottom yet, and so we'll see what happens. Apple, but it was down $2.73. Apple up $2.11 on Friday. Amazon up 48.61, but nowhere near. It's in the lower half of the range of the last year. Facebook up $2.88. Not pretty there. Google up 35.37. Goldman Sachs up 9.93. Double bottom potentially there, but again, I wouldn't get excited about anything right now. Netflix up 77 cents. Another double bottom, but again, same story. Peloton down 11 cents. I don't think this is where the market's looking right now. It's something like Peloton. The TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up 10 cents. Tesla up $9.10, but obviously very hit since the 13 sell signal back at the start of the year. Zoom down $1.65. Very near the lows. Bitcoin sitting at 37,800, down for the over the weekend, and the Dow's up 834, but it's going to be down, or at least the opening is going to be down, it looks like, Monday morning. Now, let's take a look at the intra-week action. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the ES Frontman's Futures, and we're going to put on 10-minute candles, and this gets you the whole week. And remember, Monday was a holiday, so it looks short, and there's really... So if you just look at the far left of the screen, that was Friday's close. Monday was this half day that doesn't even count. So Tuesday, we kind of opened down and filled the gap real quick, and then went lower. Wednesday, small gap up, sold off, sold off, sold off. Thursday, the big gap down because of the invasion overnight, and then rallied, which was a little shocking to some people, I think. Filled the gap. I mean, even me, I was not expecting this to be the rally point, because I think there's a lot of danger out there with this. I don't think this is a long-term positive for the world and the global economy. But for whatever reason, we did rally back up and then closed slightly green. And then Friday, small gap up, didn't quite fill it, went higher. And at the end of the day, we're up, 20 points or whatever on the week on the ES, which was... interesting to see. The NASDAQ side, also up slightly for the week. So it wasn't even a negative week in the markets, even though the world went to war, potentially. So we shall see what that means and what happens from here. All right, in terms of economic data coming out this week, and I just want to focus more on the U.S. stuff. So, we're already into late Sunday. So Monday, we've got GDP out of Switzerland, current account out of Canada, goods trade balance out of the U.S., and preliminary wholesale inventories here. That's at 8:30 a.m. Chicago PMI at 9:45. Current account out of Australia tomorrow night. Manufacturing PMI, Caxton manufacturing PMI out of China. Cash, there's a rate announcement out of Australia. I don't think that's going to rock the world right now. We'll see what they do, but it doesn't matter. A lot of manufacturing PMI numbers out of the broad European sector on Tuesday, and then here in the U.S. as well. Canada's GDP number comes out. We've got our construction spending and vehicle sales. Again, nothing that's going to matter in the light of everything else that's going on. Going into Wednesday, Europe's CPI flash estimate. We got some OPEC meetings, which will be interesting in the current environment. We got a rate announcement out of the Bank of Canada. Got Fed Chair Powell testifying to Congress at 10 a.m. Was he doing it? No, that just starts on Wednesday. Okay. Crude Oil Inventory is also on Wednesday at 10:30. Fed Beige Book at 2 p.m. Japan Consumer Confidence. We got Swiss CPI. Spanish Services PMI number out of Europe. All of the European services PMI numbers unemployment rate out of Europe, and then U.S. challenger job cuts, our weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers, along with revised non-farm productivity at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Final services PMIs at 9:45. Fed Chair Powell testifies again at 10. Could be interesting to see what he has to say if he's backtracking on some of these rate hikes given what's going on. Factory orders and ISM services PMI at the same time. Natty gas at 10:30. And then let's just get into Friday. We got unemployment rate out of Japan, by the way, but Friday we've got retail sales out of Europe, unemployment rate out of the U.S., and that's a big one, so it'll be half size in Forex ahead of that number. And that's it. So we'll see what we get for the week. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken the trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.